Hi everyone, I'm going to do the breastfeeding tag. I saw it on Bethany Simmons' channel and it said that she tagged everybody, so I'm going to give it a go. So the first question is, where's the craziest, most random place that you've breastfed? I wouldn't really say it's crazy or random, I suppose, but you know when you go into like a supermarket or a shop or something like that and they have like they have displays of like garden furniture on them platforms, and big chunky platforms. I just kind of went and sat on one of them, sat on like the garden furniture and just started feeding Noah. I suppose that'd be quite strange if you're walking around looking at garden furniture and suddenly there's a, real life model sitting on the, on the chair feeding their baby. I suppose that'd be a bit like an awkward moment, I suppose. Number 2 is, how many hours do you think you've spent breastfeeding since your little one's birth? Well, I breastfed my other son as well. I breastfed him for about 10 months, 10 and a half months, and I wouldn't even like to think how many hours that would be combined with Noah, or probably a couple of hundred. That's just a guess. I wouldn't even know. I'm really bad at math actually as well. I've got a D in maths. Number 3, favourite thing about breastfeeding has to be, without a doubt, just the thought in your head that you know you're giving your baby something that no one else can give, just that you know that you're giving them something that's so special and no one can recreate, and I think about it a lot. Whenever I feed Noah, I feed him, I look at him, I just think, I just get this feeling inside. I just think, I'm giving you something no one else can. I'm giving the best start ever, and that I think is probably my most favourite thing about breastfeeding. Number 4 is the toughest moment while breastfeeding. I used to think it would be like growth spurts, but no, definitely not. It has to be when you are, when you have first given birth and your baby's, you've got your baby on, they've got a really bad latch, and then they start creating they start giving you cracked nipples and purple, and sometimes they bleed and they're really sore and it's painful to breastfeed. I think that's the toughest moment, when you know that you've got this wall and you have to keep going, you have to smash through this, you have to go through the wall, because you know that you can't, well, you can, I suppose you can just go, do you know what, I'm going to bottle feed, but it's the toughest moment is when you know that you don't want to give in, and you know you can't give in if you want to carry on, and it's just so sore and so painful, and that is the toughest moment, is when you've got sore nipples and you battle through and you don't give in, you don't give bottles. That is tough. That is really, really tough. And anybody who's done it, wow, because I tell you what, I did it and it was painful. It was so painful. That was my toughest moment. I was so close to just going, I cannot do this. I do not need to be in this much pain anymore. But I think I was just too proud to give in and just say, you know what, I'm sore and I'm not going to do it. I was just too proud and I put myself through a lot of pain. And I'm so glad that I carried on, because now things have cleared up, and I'm not sore anymore and things like that. But yeah, that's definitely the toughest moment, is when you know you've got to battle through when you know you've got to battle through cracked nipples or sore and purple nipples. That is the hardest, I think. Number 5 is, how do you entertain yourself while breastfeeding? iPad. Always got the iPad. Baby needs feeding, I'm like, right, where's my iPad? And I watch YouTube videos, or I play games like apps on here. That's what I'm on at the moment, it's what I'm filming on. Number 6. Favourite breastfeeding gadget has to be my breastfeeding pillow. You can see it in the background here. I absolutely love that pillow. It really saves your arm from an arm ache. There's times when you're holding your baby and you just think, oh God, and you start asking someone to pass you a pillow from across the room. No, definitely my breastfeeding pillow is my favourite gadget. Number 7, how long do you plan to breastfeed? I've got no plan in mind. I don't think you can plan these things, to be honest. I'm just going to let Noah choose, really, when he's decided that he's done, kind of like when they start to, I want him to self-wean, so it's all natural when he's done it himself. I'm just going to go with the flow. Ideally, I'd like to at least get to a year, I suppose. I think that's only because I fed Kaysen for around 10 months. I think I'd like to go a little bit further. But not only that, I think I'd like to give him as much of my milk as possible for as long as I can, really. But no plan, really, just whenever he wants to carry on, or stop or just go with it. And number 8, the last question is most embarrassing breastfeeding moment. There is one time that sticks out, is when I had Kaysen. He was only small, he could only been about a month or so old. I was in my husband's bedroom, it was just me and him, and I tried to start feeding Kaysen, and I was quite engorged, and he was trying to get on, he was like sucking, he was coming off, and suddenly the milk just starts squirting out, and I'm not just talking dripping out, it just comes squirting straight out, and it was hitting Kaysen in the face. And then my husband comes over, and he puts his hand there, he cups his hand, and he's trying to catch the milk, and I'm like, what are you doing? Go get me a towel or a breast pad, what are you doing? That probably has to be the most embarrassing thing. Luckily it was just in front of him, and not like his family or the public or people, just like whoever. But no, that probably has been probably the most embarrassing. Like, I've never encountered the moment where I've let my bits be shown in public, or I don't know, or milk's come squirting out in public. Luckily, touch wood, that will never happen. But yes, probably my most embarrassing moment. So yeah, that's the breastfeeding tag, and if you want to give it a go, then I tag you, just by watching this, and I tag you. So yeah, I'll speak to you all really soon.